Hi, dear souls, and welcome. This is Celeste. Are you trick or treating? Are you going to treat me so I will not trick you? So, this tradition comes from a long, long time ago when people would appease the spirits of the dead, the spirits, their fears and shadows. In the coming time of winter, when the light is low, when there isn't so much sun and warmth, and this also is a very special moment to connect with your shadow and to do shadow work. So we will do a reading about shadows and how to appease our inner demons and how to calm and heal our inner child. Because when we see demons, monsters, our inner child may react or suffer. So this is also an inner child reading. In the trick or treating, we know that usually children go to do this. This is also because we think of this as treating the children so they will not be mischievous, so they will not trick us, so they will not perform tricks or illusions in the future. This is also an idea to appease and treat our inner child with love, tenderness, comfort, so they will not act out and disturb our peace in the coming period. Right now, in the first part of the reading, I'm going to connect with the collective energies and see which energies are treating us, helping us with love and support, and which energies are tricking us or disturbing our peace, disturbing our inner equilibrium or our inner balance, and also disturbing the spirits around us. And in the second part, we will do a pick a card reading. You will choose from 3 piles, and in each pile, I will speak about appeasing our inner demons. So we will take a look and see which is the disturbing energy or disturbing pattern, disturbing type of thinking or behavior, and then how to appease that and how to bring peace into our lives, bring more comfort and secure our inner child and treat our inner child with love, comfort, and tenderness. If you are one of my subscribers and you are wondering if I'm going to make pick a card readings like before in the previous format, the answer is yes, but I am going to also experiment with different types of ideas on this channel. If you are new, then welcome. My name is Celeste and I am doing all sorts of readings about shadow work, manifestation, inner understanding, deep understanding of self and life, and also clarity and discernment. I lovingly suggest that you listen to the collective part of the reading because it will help you discern better the second part and have more clarity on the second part. It's like a foundation that will help you better understand the group energies and also the group message that you will receive in the pick a card reading. And now let's go and get into the first part of the reading, and we have 2 cards for the supporting and loving energies and 2 cards for the other tricky energies. And I feel such a pushing energy, a loving but pushing energy, and such a great excitement for this period, because this period is filled with celebrations and connections with other people, but also with the spirits of the dead, honoring our ancestors and honoring who we were in the past, honoring our past lives, honoring our legacy, our wisdom, and our past connections, in this time of the year, we can also work with ancestors, and it will help us root ourselves in the origin of our wisdom and in the energy that is actually supporting us. And also it will help us see more of the shadow in another way, in a way that we can see this shadow as compost, or as something that helps us grow tremendously, and that helps us deeply understand ourselves, our origins, and who we are. So let's see the cards. We have the treating energies here. We have the Eight of Wands and the Two of Swords. And we have the Queen of Swords and the Temperance. Ooh. So I see that this excitement also may cause anxiety. When we go to see other people, maybe our families, maybe our friends, we can also feel this tricky energy of disturbance. These other things that are there in between us and the other people that might disturb us at this time. And also the tricky energies that connect us to the ancestry of the family, either to our family or to the friend's family, because when we connect with friends, we also connect with their legacy or ancestry, so we can have also shadows coming from their part of the tree of life. We can also have shadows that deeply connects us with our partners, with our lovers, with our friends, or our families, that will start to come up at this moment and might disturb our relationships or the way we communicate with others, might disturb our temper. So we might try to be good at this time, or be jolly, or be celebratory, or be in this joyous energy of celebration, but we might fall at the same time in the other energy of tricking ourselves to believe that we are okay with some things we are not. So our judgment might be impaired at this time. We might tolerate things that are disturbing us in a way to keep the peace in the family, or to keep the jolly on our faces, to keep the smile. We might turn our blind eye, we might turn our cheek, we might just leave things unsaid or undone, unfinished. We might have the tendency to just cover for other people when they are obnoxious, or when they are really abusive. We might tend to mend too much our relationships, and we might also tend to see people in a better light. We might tend to see them better, or with more kindness, but that kindness may also be tricky down the road, because those people or other people might also think that we are tolerant in that way, or that they might be able to trick us in the future and take advantage of our goodness, or take advantage of our vulnerabilities. So in this moment of time, in this period, we might be very vulnerable in our discernment, in how we see people, in our judgment. We might just be too tolerant at times, or too critical of others, because our shadows and theirs, they're trying to get along. They're trying to find a way to connect as well. They're trying to live together, but it might not be that easy. And we might, most of the times, have memories that are really painful that resurface in these moments. You might be in the middle of a party or a celebration and start crying and yelling at someone because you've remembered how bad they've treated you in the past and how difficult that was, and you might remember that that was left unfinished, unfinished work. And you might start to look at things from different perspectives, from different points of view, trying to appease them, trying to appease your inner anger or pain, but that might be really, really difficult to do. So the treating energies here are helping us calm down our defenses. So these energies are the energy of ease, of helping us understand that there is something else there that connects us also. There is something else there that's more than pain and trouble and shadows. There is this connection of love, this ancestry, this connection that goes long way in the past, and this soul to soul communication that we might not be aware of. So this time, these energies are supporting us to let go somehow of our defenses or of our armor, and to protect our emotional energies and expression, but with positivity, with another outlook on that part of life. And this is why it's tricky, because we may get into exaggerating with that, and instead of healing those energies and finding a truth or finding a way to connect that is deeper, we might try to find a way to cover up that with too much kindness or with too much laughter and joy, just to be appeasing them with these surface emotions instead of connecting deeply through that painful energy, and through those armors that we might have, those walls that we might put up. So this energy is helping us be at ease with releasing our energy of constriction and opposition to the other one, and also this tendency to defend ourselves when there isn't a need to do that, or to react in a way that's not appropriate. But the tricky energies are really, really tricky, because they make us look back into all of the experience that we've had and pick on things, pick on people, judge very harshly those memories or those situations in the past. And although we might try to appease them and use these beneficial energies, we may have bouts of anger that will just spout out, because we will get to a point when we understand that there are people with which we cannot communicate in a way that we would like to. We cannot open in the way that we would like to. So we might get angry at that moment, or feel helpless, or feel that we can no longer be with that person. But the thing is, the appeasing energies are helping us as well to see beyond the conflict, to see beyond this moment or those moments in the past. This doesn't mean to tolerate. This means to see actually clearly that even if we have differences that are really big in how we understand things, in how we see life, in how we treat others, in how we understand self-care, we might connect with with those people anyway. So even if we have these big differences, we still might connect in a way that it's not that visible to us. It is so deep. It is so painful. Maybe that way, that connection that holds also love and support might also be painful. But if we connect on that pain, that we might not see that other type of loving connection that we have. So this doesn't mean to excuse other people, to justify their behavior. This doesn't mean to justify your behavior or your inner demons. Because when your inner demons might come up inside your head and telling you all sorts of stuff and things, you might have this idea of tolerance as well, or very harsh criticism on yourself, and you might put yourself down, diminish yourself, or be angry with yourself and extremely violent towards who you are. But what I'm trying to get to here and make you see is that there is a connection that is beyond all of that. This doesn't mean that everything is justified. This doesn't mean to forgive violence or to tolerate things you cannot. But once you accept that there is a big difference, but that there is also a connection beyond that difference, you might just accept the difference and find a way not to live with it, not to cope with it, but to find a way to connect to that person and say, I can connect with this person at this time in this way. I cannot ask them much more. They cannot give me. Or I cannot give this person much more. This is everything that I can give right now. I don't have to understand this person, and they don't have to understand me. I don't have to connect deeply with this person. I don't have to do so many things, The connection may be shallow. If you agree that this is all that it can be, you can accept that and move on. You don't have to have deep connections with everyone, or you don't have to connect with everyone on the levels that you would like to, that you wish for, or that you are seeking. So this is like a support to go beyond our current understanding and to go beyond that veil that we usually keep in our mind, and to reach for a deeper connection and guidance. And if you cannot go there, that's not an issue. You can instead ask your guides and your soul to show you the way, and also you can say to yourself the truth. And the truth might be, I can no longer sit with this person and speak in this way. I will have to just connect at this level for this moment. And maybe that will be so appeasing for you. In your mind also, it will bring peace in your interior and also in your exterior, because you will know, well, this is what I can share with this person, and this is what I cannot. And I can be okay with that for now. And I don't have to meet this person every single day, right? But maybe sometimes I would wish to see this difference, to feel this difference, to see myself how different I am from this person. And I can respect that. I can respect and learn how to respect that difference. So ask for guidance and ask for calm and peace in your life at this time. So now I will go to the second part of the reading. So now we are getting to the pick a card reading, and we have these 3 piles to choose from. So choose your pile and then go in the description box and you will find the timestamps to jump straight to your reading. We have also crystals here to choose with. For the first one, we have this angelite soothing stone. Very soothing and mild and beautiful. Then for the second one, we have this clear quartz. And for the third one, we have this white opal. Now take your time, choose your pile. Hi pile 1 and welcome to your reading. You've chosen the angelite and this is pile 1, group 1. And for this pile I see such a great, incredible energy of red. This is how I see the energy right now. It just appeared in front of my eyes, a coiled energy, reddish and black. So this is telling me about insecurity or something that is not working as you would like to in your life. And it's also telling me about this idea to keep all of these insecurities to yourself and to try to manage, or is telling me about trying to hide away in a corner, trying to be invisible in a way. But I'm not necessarily speaking about you. This is like an idea that is hiding, that is an aspect that is hiding inside of you and is trying to make you feel at peace in a way because it is hiding. This aspect in you feels bad, empty, and also it feels like it's renegated. It is rejected, ejected from self. It is fragmented. So I'm looking at a fragment of self and now I'm seeing a person that is crawling inside a really small kind of closet. I'm not sure what it is because it is dark and they are looking through a tiny crack in this wall. There's no door here. So this part, this fragment is kind of closed in and constricted to only look at the light through this little hole. And they are really scared and they feel that they shouldn't be seen by you because if you see them, then you will see how bad they are or ugly or so undeserving somehow. So this is speaking to me about a fragment of self that is there for you to find, but it is hiding from you. It is running away from you. It does not want to be found or seen because it holds this utter disgust of self towards the self and utter hate. And it feels that if you see it, you will no longer love yourself, and that danger is keeping this fragment away. So let's see the cards right now and we will understand more. And we have the Emperor and Justice. And these are the inner demons or the disturbing energies or aspects. And here we have the healing or the appeasing energy. So Nine of Pentacles and the King of Cups. So control here. I'm seeing someone right now yelling at this fragment of self locked somewhere in a dark place. And they are so scared of coming out. And the control is done not by you, but by this part of self. This is why it's so tricky, because this part of self is actually running away from you. They do not want you to see it, find it, because if you see it or find it, then this part of self thinks it's going to be really dangerous for you. You're gonna harm yourself, or something bad, really bad is going to happen. And this part of you loves you. It does not want you to go through all of that pain. So this is tricky to understand. So I'm going to explain better from other points of view as well. This part of you, this fragment of you, loves you. So they will do whatever it takes to protect you as a whole, to protect the integrity and the well-being, to protect the sense of self. And this is done by loving you, by love, by care. But at the same time, they think that to maintain your integrity as a whole and to maintain your well-being means to hide or run away from you, means to stay away into that dark place, means to keep yourself secure from whatever story or memories are locked up in there. And this part of self is very astute in hiding. It is very knowledgeable in how to become invisible and how to keep you away from seeing it or hearing from it. So this is what is tricky here. The control of this aspect exemplifies in this way of hiding and in this way of tricking your understanding, your discernment, because it tries to make its own rules, and thinking that if I keep myself away, if I keep myself locked if I keep myself in control and away from the good parts of myself, then overall we're going to be good and we're going to be loved. And this part of self thinks that this is love, thinks that this is a loving way to behave, because the pain that is there and the memories and all of that are kind of tricky to handle. And they've seen that in the past, when you were connected to these memories, to this part of self, you were in pain or it was impossible for you to handle. So this part of you is protecting this. So you remain in composure, in emotional composure. It is handling this for you. So this is an aspect of trying to control and trying to keep the peace or the inner balance by trying to control. And it is doing all of this in a sort of cycle. And when you're trying to get there next to it, maybe by doing shadow work, maybe by going to a therapist, or by asking for readings, or by doing your journaling or other types of exercises, it will just keep you round and round around itself without you ever reaching it. It's kind of playing you. It's playing hide and seek, and it feels exciting. You are doing something, you are searching, but you're not finding anything, because it is not meant for you to find. This is how this part of you, this fragment, is thinking. They think that it is the best way. They think that it's the best that you could do right now, because in the past you couldn't handle what was there, and this guardian somehow thinks that you shouldn't get there because you will be destroyed. But the thing is, you are already fragmented, you already are suffering because of this fragmentation. So this control and protective side is not that useful anymore. So this, in the healing message here, we have this impulse to go to a mentor, to go to a therapist, to go through a process of deep healing that might involve your family and your ancestors. And for this, you will need a sacred space. That means that you will need a place or a person that holds space for you to be able to go there, because this part, this aspect, this fragment will not open, will not let you find it unless you purposely offer it security, emotional security, mental security, and spiritual security, that you are okay to handle the pain or the memories that are there. So in a way, you will need to prove to yourself that you are capable, willing, and you have the space, the necessary guidance or mentoring to handle the memories, the pain that in the past you couldn't, either because you were small or either because you didn't know how to. So this part of you, this fragment of you, is asking you to go deeply inside into the darkness, but with a mentor, with someone who can keep the light for you, who can guide you into the darkness, with someone that can be there for you when you fall. And you might need more people than just one therapist or one guide. You will need some aspects of family or friends to help you with emotional support, and also you will need a safe space, and also a secure place for your body. Your body needs to feel safe for you to unlock memories that are fragmented and kept somewhere in the dark inside your body, in your cells, and also inside your mind. So the first idea here is to make yourself comfortable and to show your body that right now you are in safety, that you can find a safe place, either in your home, either in a therapist cabinet, or in nature somewhere. You will need to find a place in which your body feels safe. And by the way, you might not even know what that is, because our bodies may react in a way that we do not understand to places that we think are safe. So for this, you will need to open to attention and observing your body. For example, go into a place that you would feel safe or that you would think it's safe, and observe your body. Do you feel actually safe in your body there, in that place? Does your body feel comfortable? Do you feel anxious for some reason? Do you feel at peace there? Or do you struggle? Do you struggle to feel at peace? Do you struggle to feel without anxiety? Do you struggle to feel kind and okay with yourself? Do you try to judge yourself or try to smash yourself in a way into a place of peace? But that's not actually peace. So observe your body, how it reacts to places, and you will find your safe place, and it might not be where you will first look. And the second idea is to really approach this fragment of self with deep kindness, with deep openness, with a skill that you might not have, with a balance that you might not have, with a wisdom that you might not yet hold. This is why a guide or therapist or plenty of other people might help you. Because emotional stability and integrity comes with time and loyalty. So you are asked and kindly suggested here to commit to a healing journey, to commit to yourself that you are going on this healing journey and you are loyal to it. You are loyal to yourself, so you can appease these inner fragments that are hiding from you. And by the way, this fragment or whatever it holds there might come up at really uncomfortable moments. It might cause you to burst into flames or to dysregulate, to be emotionally unstable in moments in which you would not even think that that was even possible, without even having a trigger that is visible for you. So this fragment might appear in really uncomfortable issues, moments, and when you least expect it, and might cause you real trouble. You might say, I'm not myself in those moments. I was not myself. I don't even understand what happened. I don't know why I reacted in that way. I wish I knew, or I wish I would have more control on this side. And by the way, that's a trigger, because this side is actually controlling that so much. And you, by saying that I need more control on this, you are supporting that. You are supporting the control of this side because you still think you cannot handle it. And that might be, by the way, at first true, because you might not have all of the tools to handle that. But you can right now reach those tools. You can learn, you can grow, and you can liberate these fragments of self that are so deeply hidden in the darkness. Now let's see the last messages for your reading. So this is a kind of a deep and long-term healing. And you might see triggers in this moment of reaching to your family, maybe in holidays, in the holiday season, and in maybe the Halloween or Samhain, whatever you are celebrating. You will maybe stumble upon this fragment of self that will resurface when you least expect it in this period of time. So when you see it, that is a flag that will activate this message. You will remember this message and what you need to do to release this from you, to release this fragment of self. So the next cards we have Haunted and Greet the Darkness. Here where the spine bends and the mouth quivers, breathe the hidden, the pieces that make you whole but cut deep with all of their sharp edges. And then we have Haunted that says the breaking of the floor beneath your naked feet, the creaking of the walls as the cold kisses flesh. You're never really alone when in the company of hauntings with bone. So these two tell me about that dark place and those dark fragments. The fragments are not dark, but they look dark from your side of the room, from your point of view. They haunt you. So these fragments that are hidden there, they haunt you because they are playing hide and seek, as I have mentioned in the beginning. They are playing hide and seek and haunting you when you least expect it. They are there, but you do not see them. They are there, but you do not perceive them. And they just start to come out of the woodwork whenever you least expect it. And these are fragments that you think they're not self, they're not of you, and they are deeply rejected. And whenever they come up, you again may be thinking that you need more control, that you need to reject them again, that they're not of you, that they're not who you are, and so on. And this type of controlling is there to keep these fragments in the dark. What they need is loving light so they can feel safe to come out, so they can feel safe to reintegrate. And you are here invited to go deeply to greet the darkness, because there is trauma there that you haven't touched, or there is fragmented parts of self that you haven't touched, and they are somehow haunting you. And they might appear in these periods of time, especially when connection with family and all the relationships may come to the surface, or may appear again in your life. This is you being welcomed here into the darkness, letting go of being afraid of the dark and going into it with the light of someone that can help you and guide you, and with proper understanding of what you are doing here. So let's see the last messages for you here. These are forgiving messages, and I will read them. I forgive myself for trying to be for others that which I first need to be for myself. I forgive myself for trying to be for others that which I first need to be for myself. I choose to believe that when I allow myself to step away, prioritize my needs, I create the opportunity for others to discover ways to fulfill their own unique needs as well. Then we have, I forgive myself for giving my power away by thinking that others are more capable than I am. I choose to believe that I always have access to an innate wisdom that will guide me to the knowledge and resources I need to create what I desire. So with both of these, we see this energy of control, trying to be for others, trying to give my power away, thinking that others are more capable, or trying to manage other people through controlling myself. This is the case for you here. By controlling that part of self that is there hidden, you're trying actually to also control other people, because you are controlling how you react in front of them, or how you express yourself, in order to, this is a covert thing, in order to kind of manage their reactions towards you. So here you are giving your power away in thinking that others are more capable, or that you weren't capable in the past, or that you're not capable now. Because in the past, for example, when we are children, we might not be capable to handle what is happening to us, the emotional load or the mental understanding. But right now, probably you can. So it is time to step out of this thinking that you are incapable, to bring your power into your action, and instead of trying to control these fragments of self, to welcome them, to create a safe place for them to express, to get to know them, and to heal whatever is there. And instead of trying to be for others something that you desire for yourself, allow yourself to prioritize your needs, to prioritize looking into the darkness, into the past, into your shadow, to prioritize all of these aspects that are fragmented, so you can also benefit from healing. So these have been the messages for you, pile 1. If you would like to support my channel, then go ahead and click the like button, click the notification bell if you subscribe, and also comment and share. Let me know about your experience and share this with other people and friends. If you would like a private reading, a personal reading, then go ahead and find in the description box all of the details in how to contact me, like my website through which you can order readings, and also you can write to me through the contact form. As well, you will find a donate link to donate and support this channel if you wish so. Until next time, love and wisdom. Hi there, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You've chosen this clear quartz crystal, and we are going to see how to appease your inner demons and calm your inner child. What I see here firstly is someone using a broom to clean their room. This is the first room that you enter in the house. It looks like the kitchen actually, but it is also the hallway. So the hallway and the kitchen are in the same place, and I see this person carrying with their job in cleaning, but the floor is actually made out of dust and earth. So they try to clean it, but as they try to clean it, they muster up all of this dust into the air. So they are not making a lot of progress, but they think they need to dig in and clean so much. And they also don't really understand, or they're not aware of the fact that this type of cleaning is not useful, or the method they're using. Because if the floor is made out of earth and dirt, you cannot do much. You just need to take the surface, you need to use water, you need to use some kind of thing not to gather up all the dust in the air, not to sprinkle everything with dust all over the place. So you need other methods to clean. So this is telling me that you're trying to clean, you're actively working with your shadow, you're actively trying to clean up or do some work, but your methods are not quite inspirational, so to speak. They are not helping you as much as you would think. They are stirring up the dust in the air, and for this you are starting not to see what you're actually doing, and you're kind of intoxicating yourself with that dust and putting dust all over the place. Now I know that sometimes we say that at the beginning of shadow work it will be worse, you will make it worse, but the methods you're using or how you're doing this, it's not helping you here. Because the idea that we're making it worse, it's because we're feeling the pain, not because we're using these type of methods that are actually distributing the pain all over the place and are making us confused and unclear, and they're making everything feel gray, or our life feels disturbed in a way by everything. Everything is touched by this dust in the air. So right now we can see the cards that we have here for you. So for the disturbance, we have the Five of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. So this is the person that's trying to remove the dust, that's trying to do some action here. It's really trying, it's really working, it's really trying to get to the truth, to do stuff. But the other message here is that this is not actually working, that you're making too much dust, too much confusion, and the way you are working, it's not helping you. So let's see what you can do here to actually work on your shadow in a way that's more appropriate, in a way that it is actually a lot more helpful for you. So in the first place, I see that you need some clarity on how to do shadow work, how to start doing that, and how to really get to results in this way. And you also need more love, more kindness, more self-care, because this method that you're using is harshly looking into the shadow and dusting up everything. And this is usually a way that we're trying to help ourselves, because we have determination, we have the desire to do this, but we don't have the correct method, or we don't have the clear understanding, or we don't have the awareness of how to do this. And I see that you're also working on scarcity or on lack of abundance, because also in my vision, that person there, they had almost nothing. They were living in that dust. They were living with very little thing. They weren't even having lights in the room. Everything was so dark, and there wasn't any source of light in the room, and everything was old and gray and very cheap. Well, scarcity. And you might think that you're doing this to help yourself. You have so much determination, and you have some kind of idea about how to do this, but your approach, your attitude, and your methods are too harsh, and they are actually harming you in a way that they are bringing confusion and a lot of pain that is not actually the pain of your shadow. It is the pain that comes from how you work, from your attitude, from your approach, from your methods, and it's not from the actual shadow. So you might think, well, I'm working, I am in pain, I am doing good work, and I am so okay with how I do this work, because it's supposed to be hard, or it's supposed to be harsh, or it's supposed to hurt. It is supposed to be this confusing. It is supposed to. Well, it is not actually. Yes, it is supposed to bring pain up from the depths, but the pain that is brought up from those depths of darkness, it is the pain of memory. It is the pain of the actual shadow, of the actual painful moment or situation that you've lived in the past, or the actual pattern of thinking that is harmful, and not pain because of the method or because of the approach, not struggle because of how you're doing things. Because if you have pain but not actual results, actual memories that are painful, if you haven't got to that dark and tender place, then the pain is from the attitude that you're approaching this, the actions that you're taking to go through this. It is like you're violently trying to get to your shadows, like you're violently trying to work with this, and you are feeling disturbed in the way that you feel left out, that you cannot get there, that you might not get into that place where the shadow is, that you might not get to be helped. You feel also helpless at times, or that people might not help you, and you might try to do this all alone, try to do this without guidance, try to do this like just going at it with blunt force. And this is the demon, this is the disturbing energy, your actual attachment to this way of doing things. You might have seen this in the past, maybe in your family, maybe you've learned this from a teacher, maybe from a friend, or this is rooted in your ancestry somehow, this type of approach. You might not even have seen in your life how to approach this in another way and how to use this. And you might think you know more about this, but you need more clarity. You need more information. You need to learn more here. And you will learn more through kindness. So by approaching this with a kind and loving way, by approaching this in a way that you can open to yourself, you can say to yourself and be kind to yourself, I don't have to do this anymore. I don't have to stay in this poverty, in this scarcity. I don't have to think this way. I don't have to have this type of thinking anymore. And I don't have to approach this shadow in this type of violent way, although it hurts so much to feel it. Because I feel that here, this shadow may hurt so much to feel it that you get angry to defend yourself. It's like, why should I feel this? Why should I? Why? It's just so much. I cannot handle this and I get angry because I don't know how to approach this. And I get to be forceful again and have this thinking that I cannot help myself or that others cannot help me and I have to do this everything alone. And at times you may even feel that you don't have the energy to do this, that you don't have the means to do this. And it is a bit painful to know that, to accept that, to see that. And because you are doing so much to yourself, you might think that it's enough, or so this is a kind of illusion that you're into, thinking that this is the way to do things, while there is another way. There is another way to approach this in a more loving, peaceful, and kind way. You can just stop right now and be kind to yourself in this very moment by telling yourself, it's okay, I don't have to suffer as much working on this. I don't have to suffer to feel value out of this. Sometimes we suffer just so we think we've done a good job, or that whatever we are doing is of value, because we connect work with suffering somehow. And here, to heal this, to appease this monster that is pushing you, this aspect of self that is judging you harshly, that is a bit violent with yourself, that is there lurking always. It's like I see this dark hand upon your head, always with really long nails that are in the form of swords, picking on you and pushing this sword and cutting you once in a while, Oh my God, you do not know how to do this. You're so helpless. And you feel the sting immediately. And you judge yourself constantly for having no way to work with this shadow, or for in general for having no resources, or for not knowing, or for whatever, for not having the necessary knowledge, because you might think that you need to have it somehow. You don't need to. You can accept that you don't know, and you can learn new things. You have this capacity to learn new things when you don't have any resources. When you feel empty, it means that you have so much resources to learn new things, to open yourself up to more clarity and more information about how you can be kind and loving to yourself. Open up to self-care and give to yourself more care. And you're gonna give to your self-care by being kind, speaking to yourself in a kind manner, instead of yelling and just stabbing yourself. Whenever you think or say something, you can stab yourself and feel this pain of the judgment that you're applying, the harshness, the violence that is there in this aspect of self. So nourish yourself more. Through self-care, we can heal so much. We can become clearer because we can remove this voice that is so harsh and violent, that we can feel our own love. We cannot feel our own love in this kind of way. And this will bring you emotional clarity, because you will find a way to be more stable and stop accusing yourself of so many things and be so conflictual in your mind. And by opening up to more self-care, you're also opening yourself up to more clarity. Even though at first that might not feel so, because emotional clarity is not necessarily information in the kind of solution-based information, but it is another type of clarity. You just feel good with yourself instead of feeling so bad about yourself, or about how you approach shadow work and how you approach cleaning your inner spaces. And instead of cleaning with the harshness, you start cleaning with kindness and love. And now I know that sometimes you need to be harsh in a way of determination, but that's not being harsh, that's being determined. And sometimes you need action, but these types of emotional clarity and integrity, it doesn't mean that you're passive. It just means that you're doing the work that you need to do in another way. There's a way here that you don't see. You don't see this more kind way or this loving way. You're kind of disconsidering this type of healing, or this type of doing shadow work, or this type of approach in general. So let's see the other messages for you as well with the other cards. And we have these two cards here, the veil and the owl. Let's read them. It is quite possible your eyes have become the fog, the fog in which you dwell, a half-swallowed glimpse of all that you truly are or can be, that the tears you bleed are ready for the storms to turn the skies inward. Wow. Now let's see the owl here. And behold sight, O ancient ones, for there is magic in the darkest of places if one dares to open their eyes. So we see both mentioning here of covered eyes, the veil upon your eyes. And the veil upon your eyes is made, consists of this type of thinking, that you cannot see the other way, the other approach of doing shadow work, or of thinking and speaking to yourself. We see this, the darkness, the veil of confusion here, and this type of approach of dusting everything with whatever you find there, and causing yourself harm by doing this, because you feel that you need to be this painful or this dark. we see that this confusion is the illusion that I have been speaking here, that you don't see the other path, the other way, and clarity is so much needed here. So the idea here and the message for you is to find a way to clarify this confusion and to change your approach, change how you think, how you speak to yourself. And you might do some courses, you might reach for a guide, for help in this, for a therapist, or for a seer as well. And the owl is speaking to me about this wisdom that you can reach. There is wisdom there in the shadow work, and there is another way. The wisdom is the other way for you to do this through the veil of confusion that you have now. So there is a way for you to do this that doesn't hurt as much. It is a way for you to do this that is more compassionate, that is more loving, and that helps you a lot more, that brings you results. Now, the last messages that we have here, self-forgiveness messages. I forgive myself for allowing others to define who I am and who I am to become. I choose to believe that I am a wildly complex being, and my unique self-expression serves an important divine purpose in the world. So I forgive myself for allowing others to define who I am. Then, I forgive myself for looking to others for directions as to where I should go next. I choose to believe that my path is uniquely paved and I can find my way through active self-reflection and deep self-connection. So we see here that you get to be influenced by others, and your direction is not the same. You might get inspired and guided, but even a guide cannot walk with you on the same path. You need to find that path to walk onto yourself. That is the shadow work that you are doing right now, allowing others to define who you are. It's not working for you as well, because this voice in your head here and veil the confusion is also connected to voices of other people that are speaking in your head, that are taking the place in your head and the power to speak in your head, like they've taken the place of your own voice. And by working in this other way that you're not seeing right now, but you will find out about it, by the way. You are finding out about it right now, and you will go on and find more and more information about how to work with your shadow self in a way that is beneficial, in a way that is useful for you. Because these things, the way you work right now, you might have just seen this somewhere, you might have listened to ways of doing this that are not beneficial for you, that are not appropriate in your case, that are not kind, or that they were not presenting them in a way that is useful for you and accurately supportive for you. So you will need a cleaning of how you think about shadow work here, a clarity about shadow work, a clarity about the confusion and the veil. And this will be done by you seeing that you are in this confusion right now, and then finding clarity, asking for it. Ask this of your guides, ask this of your soul, and you will be guided towards the people or the information that you need to clarify your understanding. Now, this has been the reading for you, pile 2. If you would like to support my channel, then go ahead and click the like button, click the share button, and share this with your friends. Comment, let me know about your experience, and subscribe And if you subscribe, don't forget to tick the notification bell so you get notified as soon as I post something new. If you would like a personal private reading, then you will find in the description box the link to my website. You can reach to the shop directly and order readings, or you can speak to me through the contact form and ask for more understanding on my offers or on my guidance or whatever you need. Okay, so until next time, I hope I will find you again. Love and wisdom. Hi Pile 3 and welcome to your reading. You've chosen this one, the white opal here. So we're gonna take a look and see what is haunting you, or what demons, inner demons to appease at this time. And firstly, what I am seeing in your pile is someone that is in this dark place, like in a hut. Yeah, in a hut, and they are throwing some stones on the floor that is actually dirt and earth. So they are sitting down on their knees and throwing these rocks. They are little pebbles. They are very shiny and nicely worked in different types of shapes and colors. So this person here might be doing some kind of divinatory work, and they are trying to understand something in their lives, and then they are trying to arrange these pebbles in a sort of meaningful way. What I feel here is that you're trying to decide something, or you're playing with choices. You're trying to understand what to do in a certain situation, or you're trying to gather some information on how to better make a certain choice or choices or options. You're verifying the options, and you're having some trouble with taking the definitory action towards one of the choices or more choices here, because I don't feel that this is yes or no decision. It's more of a decision between doing certain things in different areas and organizing yourself. So let's see the cards here, and we have the demons or disturbing energies like the Nine of Cups and the Six of Wands. And then we have the healing energies, the Nine of Wands and the Hierophant. So we see here these beautiful cards. I feel absorbed in this pile. I feel absorbed because that person in my vision was also absorbed of looking and trying to find, and they felt confused in that pile. You might also work with divinatory tools or something like that to understand yourself more or your choices. And here the shadow aspects or the shadow thingies have to do with the choices and the expectations, and also the way you think something is beneficial to you. So what is actually gonna bring me success? What is actually not gonna bring me success? What dream or what wish or what desire is going to pan out, or what type of action is most beneficial, or what type of action is going to bring me the right success or the right result, the result that I am looking for. But the actual shadow is about you not knowing how to choose, or placing expectations or desires or projections on those options, on those things that are there in front of you to choose, and those situations. It's like you're not seeing the situations in the way they are, but you're seeing them in the way you wish them to be, or in the way of projecting your desires on them, projecting your fears on them, projecting something. And now I see someone planning in the future. So some of you, this might be about a plan that you desire to do in the future in your life. You desire maybe to start something or to continue something, but you need organization or planning, and trying to find out how to approach this in the best way possible. Again, I'm feeling a lot of confusion here, as well as being absorbed in this confusion and not knowing my own path and my own way and my own choices and what's good for me or what's best for me. What is going to bring me success? What is it here? And as much as I'm looking at this, as much as I'm getting into more and more confusion and into more and more perspectives and interpretations and thinking modes and options, and all of a sudden I see other options popping up and other options popping up, and I get distracted by them, utterly distracted, and in so many things. And I see ghosts right now, because some of those options are ghosts from the past, like things you want to do or you wanted to do in the past. They didn't work out, or you didn't actually did them or do anything about them, and right now you're thinking whether should I do this or that, whether oh my god, there is so much burden on your shoulders on these decisions that is so heavy. I feel it. It is just so heavy, a lot of heavy energy on your shoulders, because you are putting too much pressure on yourself and too much responsibility on these choices, because you are looking at them like they are definitive choices. Like if you make this, then you're either gonna break or make your day or your future. It's like you're looking at these choices like you can never fix them or their consequences, like I'm gonna do this and I cannot change, or if I fail in this then it's a tragedy, or it is really painful and difficult to handle and I don't know how or have the resources. Or in the other side, I will just lose my time, I will just lose the momentum, I will just lose energy, and I will not know how to lose or win. Yeah, it's about losing or winning here, and it feels like it is a lot at stake in your case. But that is part of the illusion, that there is so much at stake, that there is so much for you to lose in this case, that if you lose this then you will not have anything. This is how it feels here, that you will not have anything, or that you will have very little, or that you will have so much loss and scarcity that you will not recover afterwards. And you're putting too much responsibility on the choices instead of on yourself, on your choice, on your power. It's like the actual options are overpowering you here. And you are giving too much responsibility to the choices, to the options themselves, and not to yourself. You are the one needing to have control over the choices. You are the one with the power to choose, and you also have the power to fix. You also have the power to recover. You also have the power to endure. You also have the power to learn even if you fail. You also have the power to find help and find guidance if you fail. And you have so much power here that you're not seeing. So the shadow self is covering your success, is covering your powers to bring success in your life, and is also covering your choices and your own power to choose. And the healing here consists of you learning more about how to be resilient, about how to be committed to yourself, about how to be committed to a path, even if it is hard, even if it means you need to give up something to do something instead, even if it means that you will need to take some years to learn and come to an experience, have some experience, before you go and launch yourself into something. Here, it's like you're putting those necessary responsibilities on the choice. It's like, if I'm choosing the right choice, then everything is going to be fine. If I'm choosing the wrong choice, then everything is going to be really bad. And this type of illusion is keeping you from choosing. The thing is, the choices that we have, the options that we have are not that radical. So each option, each choice is going to bring you something good and something that's difficult to handle, or something that's chaotic, or something that's not gonna be that pleasant. But you're going to learn from each of them, and they're going to teach you, each of them in their own way. And in your case here, it might not be the best way. The best way might not even exist, I mean, each of them are going to help you. Each of them are going to bring something in your life as experience. Each of them are going to help you learn and expand and grow. Each of them are going to bring power and commitment and loyalty, and they need that to grow as well. So here, the confusion is keeping you in this mode of looking for the best option, the option that's gonna make me win everything. And you're looking for a win-win solution that might not exist here in your case. Every option there might have their own challenges. And if you just dwindle between them, you're causing yourself a lot of pain, because you are sitting in an illusion here. You're trying to make yourself think that you're courageous, or that you need courage to do this, to choose, or that you need to learn about what's best or what's more meaningful for you, or that you need to know before choosing, or that you need to bring yourself into the space of receiving this. But the thing is, what is needed here from you is commitment, loyalty, decision to a path. And that path may, of course, on its way, have many other little paths within it, and other experiences, and those options that you are forcing yourself to choose from right now might come again, but they will be like a part of your path instead of being a choice. They will be a part of your path, but not now. You will not have to choose from them. You will add them as you go on this path. So right now, you do not have to choose. You need to stabilize yourself in one choice and be determined enough to commit to something. Be determined and resilient enough to understand that you will gain experience through this, and you will also gain power through this to handle the challenges. I mean, whatever you choose, you will find out that you will grow through this, and you will also grow in power to handle what you cannot handle right now. So think about this in another way. Think about committing to the path that most appeals to you right now, making that choice, committing, being loyal to it, and going on the path with the knowledge that you will learn that you will fall maybe and stumble on the way, but that you will get up and be resilient and determined to go forward and learn from those obstacles and mistakes. And this will create like a momentum of energy that keeps growing, and growing and growing and growing. Because right now you are in a place where you are not growing anymore. You're not expanding anymore. And you need to see this so you realize that you've expanded enough where you are in those choices, even in the options that you have. It's like there is a crisis here of choosing your next thing, of choosing your next direction, and a crisis of seeing that you stay here, you do nothing. You stay here in these indecisions. It's no longer a way for you to move forward. You're stagnating in your own wishes and you're sitting in hopes. It's like, I'm hoping that this will be like this, that I'm going to get this, that I'm going to be that you're sitting in a kind of an illusion of the future that you're not taking action to move towards. And the healing here for you is to commit, become loyal, and understand the effort that this needs, the kind of determination that this needs, that you have all of those resources, but you can of course determine if you are fit for the path. And you can of course say, well, I cannot do this, I will go on this easier path, or I will do this, the thing that I'm doing right now for a while until I understand what to do next. I'm not gonna throw myself in there just for fun. So find a way to make this choice in a secure way for you, in a way that you feel that you're safe in making this choice, but not in a way that you're stagnating continuously, thinking that you cannot make that choice. So let's see the other message for you as well. The other messages or points of this message with these cards here. And we have rooted and ancestors. This is so beautiful. May you never tear the living ritual that is magic merged with the roots of your being, the soil of your soul. And then this says ancestors. This is a quivering so deep, only roots of your soil can lift the nakedness hidden within the vows made in silence, an ancient chill walking upon the spine. So we see that there is a lot of wisdom to be found in your connection with the ancestors here, and that learning that I was speaking about, and the commitment and the safety can be found by working with your ancestors. And also you can experience this connection with a traditional way of approaching either work or your options. Like I'm feeling that part of the issue here is that you're trying to do this in a way that's not rooted, and that maybe it is difficult for you to accept the effort, the rootedness that you need to have, the commitment, the loyalty, the determination, the amount of energy that you need to put in there. And maybe you're trying to find an easier path or a shortcut, but that is not available here. Now, ancestors is also speaking to me about this traditional way of thinking, and also about learning something in a traditional way. So on your path here, you might need, we see this person here also learning learning about what you're trying to achieve, and going through this path of learning in a traditional way, so you gain experience, so you gain knowledge and understanding on how to use that, and so you can get to be rooted in that. This is why the need for that commitment I've been speaking about, and the loyalty here. So the shadow may also bring laziness or procrastination, trying to get around something or trying to find a shortcut instead of putting in the effort that you actually need here. And it's also hiding your options, making them in a way really heavy with responsibility, because another illusion here with this shadow is the fact that you put so much responsibility on the choices, like I've explained before. It makes them feel so heavy. It makes them feel so difficult that they push you away, or you find that it's too hard or difficult to approach them, and you feel that you don't have the resources, or maybe the effort is too the amount of effort is too much for you right now. And let's finish this with these two cards. And wow, I forgive myself for distrusting my ability to provide for myself and give myself all that I need. I forgive myself for distrusting my ability to provide for myself and give myself all that I need. I choose to believe that even when there is no proof, life is supporting me, elevating me to the next chapter of my divine adventure. And this one here, I forgive myself for attempting to solve other people's problems before I have solved my own. I choose to believe that when I give myself permission to prioritize my needs, and I invite and encourage others to prioritize themselves as well. So we see here this idea of having success. You have been distrusting your power and your power of choice, because that is the power here. Your power to provide for yourself all that you desire, all that you need. And this illusion here has been keeping you in this circle of distrust, and also illusion in the future, mistrust, mishandling your ideas or your choices, and being uprooted, because also attempting to solve other people's problems is a way to not handle our own problems. Procrastination is a part of that procrastination, an illusion that if I solve other people's problems, then I can prove to myself that I can solve my own, and then I can be more worthy, or then I can find a shortcut in a way to help myself easier. But here ahead of you, the healing is to accept the effort, to accept the need, to root yourself, to do this in a traditional way, to learn to accumulate experience, and to commit and be loyal to your path, and to trust that you will provide for yourself all that you need. And this will help you with becoming successful or inviting success into your life. Now, this has been the reading for you, Pile 3. Go ahead and click the like button, comment, let me know about your experience, share this with other people, friends on social media, and subscribe. If you subscribe, don't forget to tick that notification bell. You really need to choose in order to receive notifications as soon as I post something new. If you would like a private personal reading, then go ahead and find my website link in the description box. You can order directly from my shop or connect with me through the contact form. In the description box, you will also find other information about me, other channels, and a way to donate if you wish so. Until next time, love and wisdom.